Ladies and gentlemen, there are some truths about life we can't escape, no matter how much we try to run from them or sugarcoat them. These truths don't come to destroy us, but they come to teach us, to shape us, to prepare us for something greater. They're not comfortable. They're not easy, but they are real. Life is unpredictable. You can have the best laid plans, a vision board, and a 5-year strategy, but in the blink of an eye, life can shift. It doesn't ask for your permission. One moment, you're standing tall, and the next you're knocked to your knees. And that's the test. What do you do when things don't go as planned? Do you crumble? Or do you rise? Because the truth is, your strength isn't built when everything's smooth, it's built when the storm comes. Failure is inevitable. By Abel. Every single person you admire has faced failure. The successful ones didn't get there by avoiding mistakes, they got there by learning from them. Falling down isn't the problem, it's refusing to get back up. It's the losses, the rejections, the times you were told no that sharpened your skills, refined your character, and taught you what you're truly capable of. Not everyone will support you. This one hurts the most because sometimes it's the people you love, the people you expect to cheer for you, who stay silent or even pull you down. But understand this, your purpose is yours. Your vision is yours. They may not see it because it wasn't given to them, it was given to you. Stop waiting for validation and start walking in your calling, because the people meant to be in your corner will show up when the time is right. Time is limited. We live like we have forever, but the truth is we don't. Every day you waste doubting yourself, every moment you spend on things that don't matter. You're trading away a piece of your life that you'll never get back. So what are you doing with your time? Are you living intentionally? Or are you letting it slip through your fingers? Pain is part of growth. No one likes to talk about it. But the truth is, the greatest transformations happen in the middle of discomfort. When you're stretched beyond what you thought you could handle, when you feel like giving up but choose to keep going, that's where growth lives. You won't recognize the person you become on the other side of pain. And that's a good thing, because that person is stronger, wiser, and ready for more. And lastly, happiness, it doesn't come from the outside. You can chase the money, the recognition, the approval, but it won't fill that void. Real joy starts when you look in the mirror and accept who you are, flaws and all, when you stop chasing and start being. Life doesn't come with a script. You can make plans, set goals, and create the perfect roadmap for your future, but life has a way of surprising you. It throws curveballs that you didn't see coming, situations that weren't part of the plan. One moment, everything feels stable. And the next, the ground beneath you shifts. You lose a job you thought was secure. A relationship you believed would last forever ends. Or a health issue arises out of nowhere. These moments remind us that control is often an illusion. No matter how much we prepare, there will always be elements beyond our grasp. And while that unpredictability can be unsettling, it also carries a hidden power. It teaches us adaptability, resilience, and the importance of living in the moment. You see, life's uncertainty isn't just about the struggles, it's also about the unexpected blessings, the opportunities you didn't anticipate, the people who show up when you least expect them, and the moments of joy that catch you by surprise. But you can't experience those gifts if you're stuck clinging to what you thought life should look like. The truth is, the unpredictability of life forces you to grow. It challenges you to find strength you didn't know you had and to trust in a process that's bigger than you. It's in those moments of uncertainty where you discover who you really are. So instead of fearing the unknown, embrace it. Instead of resisting change, learn from it. Because life may not always go as planned, but it always moves you toward where you're meant to be. Failure is a part of life that no one can escape. No matter how talented, intelligent, or prepared you are, there will be times when you fall short, times when your best effort doesn't lead to success. It's painful, it's humbling, and it's often discouraging. But failure isn't the end of the story, it's just one chapter in a much larger book. When you fail, it doesn't mean you're not good enough or that you'll never succeed. It means you're trying, learning, and stretching beyond your comfort zone. The truth is, every great achievement is built on a foundation of failures. The entrepreneurs who built empires, the athletes who broke records, the leaders who changed the world, they all failed, over and over again. The difference is, they didn't let failure define them, they let it refine them. Failure is a teacher, and the lessons it provides are invaluable. It shows you what doesn't work, it reveals your weaknesses, and it forces you to confront parts of yourself that you might otherwise ignore. It also builds resilience. Every time you get back up after a fall, you become stronger, tougher, and more determined. The fear of failure can be paralyzing, but letting that fear stop you from trying is the real failure. Success isn't about avoiding mistakes, it's about embracing them as part of the journey. When you fail, you're not starting over. You're starting again with more knowledge, more insight, and more clarity. So don't fear failure, welcome it. Let it teach you, let it shape you, and let it drive you to become better. Because the only true failure is giving up. Everything else is just part of the process of becoming the person you're meant to be. Not everyone in your life will support you, and that can be one of the hardest truths to accept. Sometimes the very people you expect to cheer you on, family, friends, or colleagues, might not understand your vision, your dreams, or the path you're trying to take. It's not always because they don't care about you. Often it's because your goals challenge their perspective of what's possible, or they're afraid of being left behind if you grow beyond what they're comfortable with. It's painful when someone close to you questions your choices, doubts your ability, or discourages you from pursuing what you know in your heart is right. That lack of support can make you second-guess yourself, wondering if you're wrong for wanting something more. But here's the truth, not everyone is meant to see your vision. Because it wasn't given to them, it was given to you. Your journey is unique, and not everyone will walk it with you. That's okay. The people who doubt you or try to hold you back aren't necessarily bad people, they're just operating from their own limitations. Their disbelief is a reflection of their fears, not your potential. You can't let their lack of faith deter you because your purpose isn't tied to their approval. As you move forward, you'll discover that the right people, the ones who truly believe in you, will show up at the right time. They'll celebrate your wins, encourage you during setbacks, and remind you of your greatness when you forget. But even without them, you have to keep going. Your dreams are worth the sacrifice, the struggle, and the solitude. It's not easy to move forward without the support you hope for, but you have to remind yourself that you're not doing this for applause or validation. You're doing it because it's what you're called to do. Trust in that calling, believe in your vision, and know that sometimes the journey requires walking alone. But remember, walking alone doesn't mean walking empty. You carry your purpose, your resilience, and your determination with you every step of the way. Time is the most precious resource you have, yet it's the one thing many people take for granted. We live as if we have an endless supply, putting off the things that matter, telling ourselves there will always be tomorrow. But the truth is, time is finite, and once it's gone, you can never get it back. Every second that passes is a moment you'll never see again. It's easy to get caught up in distractions, in the noise of everyday life, or in chasing things that don't truly matter. We waste hours scrolling through our phones, procrastinating on our goals, or investing energy into people and situations that drain us. All the while, the clock keeps ticking, indifferent to our excuses. And one day we wake up wondering where all that time went. But time doesn't wait. It moves forward relentlessly, whether you use it wisely or not. That's why it's so important to live intentionally, to focus on what truly matters. Every day is a gift an opportunity to take a step closer to your dreams, to spend time with the people who matter, and to become the person you were meant to be. Regret is one of life's greatest burdens, and it often comes from realizing too late how much time was wasted. Don't let that happen to you. Don't wait for the right time to start living your life, because the right time is now. The world is full of people who had plans, dreams, and good intentions, but ran out of time before they could act on them. Don't become one of them. When you understand the value of time, you stop wasting it on things that don't align with your purpose. You stop tolerating negativity, procrastination, and anything that pulls you away from what's meaningful. Instead, you start investing your time wisely on growth, on love, on purpose, and on things that will matter long after you're gone. Remember, time isn't something you can buy or borrow. It's the one resource that's constantly slipping away. So ask yourself every day, how am I spending my time? Am I using it to build the life I want? Or am I letting it drift away? Make the moments count. Because once they're gone forever. Growth and pain are inseparable. The truth many avoid, hoping they can somehow reach their potential without discomfort. But the reality is, every meaningful transformation comes with struggle. Pain stretches you, breaks you out of your comfort zone, and forces you to face parts of yourself you'd rather ignore. It's in those moments of difficulty that the seeds of growth are planted. Pain isn't there to punish you, it's there to teach you. When you're in the middle of it, it's hard to see the lesson. It feels like the world is against you, like the weight is too heavy to bear. But that's the very moment when growth begins. It's when you push through the hurt, the disappointment, and the frustration that you start to discover your strength. Think about the strongest people you know, the ones who inspire you. Their strength didn't come from living an easy, pain-free life. It came from enduring hardship, learning from failure, and refusing to give up when everything seemed lost. They let the pain shape them, not define them. The same applies to you. Every setback, every heartbreak, every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Pain sharpens your focus, builds your resilience, and gives you the perspective you need to appreciate the good times when they come. It strips away what's unnecessary and reveals what truly matters. Avoiding pain might feel like the safer choice, but it leads to stagnation. You can't grow if you're not willing to be uncomfortable. It's like trying to build muscle without ever lifting a weight. Growth requires resistance. The pain you feel today is the foundation for the strength you'll have tomorrow. So, embrace the process. It's not easy, and it's not quick, but it's worth it. Pain has a way of preparing you for the blessings ahead. It shapes your character, gives you wisdom, and equips you with the tools you need to handle whatever life throws your way. When you face pain, don't run from it. Sit with it. Learn from it, and let it mold you into the person you're meant to be. Because on the other side of pain is growth, and on the other side of growth is purpose. True happiness is not something you find in the world around you, it's something you cultivate within yourself. Too often people chase external things, money, recognition, relationships, possessions, believing that once they attain them, they'll finally feel fulfilled. But the truth is, no matter how much you achieve or acquire, if you're not at peace within, those things will only provide temporary satisfaction. Happiness that depends on outside factors is fragile. If your joy is tied to the approval of others, what happens when that approval fades? If it's tied to material wealth, what happens when circumstances change and the money isn't there? External sources of happiness are fleeting because they're not in your control. Life can take them away at any moment. But when happiness comes from within, it's unshakable. It doesn't depend on the opinions of others or the state of your bank account. It comes from knowing who you are, accepting yourself completely, and aligning your life with your values. It's about finding meaning and purpose in the things that truly matter: your relationships, your growth, and your contribution to the world. This kind of happiness requires inner work. It means facing your insecurities, healing old wounds, and letting go of the need for external validation. It's not always easy, but it's worth it because it leads to a deeper, more lasting sense of fulfillment. When you stop looking for happiness in the world around you and start creating it within, everything changes. You stop comparing yourself to others because you're no longer measuring your worth against theirs. You stop chasing after things that don't serve you because you realize they were never the key to your joy. Instead, you start living authentically, making choices that align with your true self. Happiness from within also empowers you to navigate life's challenges with grace. When difficulties arise, you don't crumble because your sense of peace isn't tied to your circumstances. You're anchored in something deeper, something that can't be taken away. So stop waiting for something outside of you to make you happy. The relationship, the promotion, the new car, those things might bring moments of pleasure, but they won't fill the void if you're not already whole inside. Turn inward, do the work, and nurture your soul. True happiness starts with you, and once you find it within, no one can take it away. Life's truths are not always easy to accept, but they are the foundation of growth, strength, and purpose. Yes, life is unpredictable. Failure is inevitable, and not everyone will support you. Time is limited, pain is part of the journey, and true happiness comes from within. These truths are not here to break you, but to build you into the person you were created to be. Don't waste time running from the challenges or searching for shortcuts. Embrace the lessons even when they're hard. Trust the process even when it's unclear. And most importantly, live intentionally. Each day is a gift, and every moment is an opportunity to rise above your circumstances and move closer to the life you deserve. You have a purpose, and your story is not over. Let these truths fuel your determination and remind you that even in the hardest times, you have the power to grow, to overcome, and to shine. The world needs what only you can offer, so step into your greatness and live boldly. The time to start is now.